up, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Aisha, and I'm here to tell you what the best diet out there is. I'm here to tell you all that good stuff. But this is a channel where we talk about everything from the top of our head to the soles of our feet and health, and that comes from your hair all the way down to that pedicure that you may or may not have, right? And so today I want to talk about what is the best diet. What is that one diet that I love to give my clients? What is that one diet that I love to recommend to people? What is that one thing that I'm like, okay, this may be that one size fits all type thing. Now, let's get into the backstory behind this, okay, y'all? Let me just say this. First of all, it is very hard to pick a diet, right? Because there's so many things, so many people telling us all these different things. Hey, eat high carb. Hey, eat low carb. Hey, just eat plants. Hey, just eat fish. Just eat this. And your head could be spinning. And you're probably out there saying, hey, yeah, I've tried a lot of different diets and it seems like nothing can really work for me. Now, a lot of these more extreme diets, yeah, they do work because they are the extreme. We are completely different than what we've been used to. They are completely on the other spectrum. If you've been eating meat and potatoes and you start eating all these veggies, yeah, your body's gonna go through some changes. And often that looks like weight loss. It may look like muscle loss. It looks like different things. But there is something that is tried and true that I recommend to my clients, and it is this. Are y'all ready for it? Are you ready for the diet? Are you ready for it? The trick is there is no one diet. I know. It's not what you want to hear, but that is the truth. Y'all, there are so many diets out there for a reason, and that's because most diets do not fit everyone, or they're trying to come up with a new idea to figure out how to eat. Now, this is not including those with medical issues that may need a specific diet, because literally certain foods could turn their stomach crazy. Like if you have celiacs, you don't need gluten, y'all. You cannot have gluten. It will turn you on your side, and that's not something we want, right? But I'm talking about everybody else out there who is just regular schmegular and just need something that works. The best advice I can give to you is that you have to eat well. And I know we hear it all the time. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I want to eat well. I want to eat clean, all this good stuff. But eating well doesn't always translate into that clean either. Okay. And so what do I mean by eating well? In general, this is the rule of thumb I give to my clients. If it came from a plant, it's great. If it was made in a plant, it is not so great. Okay? And that's really, really, really simple, right? And oftentimes I say, did it have life? Did it have life at some point? All right, then let's eat it, right? And then other than that, I'm just like, just leave it be. Because believe it or not, there are so many things that are grown. There's so many things that are produced that we could eat, but we don't even think about it. Or it's been overproduced in certain products that we do eat that you barely get the nutrients that came from that original product. Okay, y'all? And so general rule of thumb is think to yourself, okay, when I'm eating, I have a piece of watermelon right here because I just had some, right? Did it come from a plant? Yes. Eat it, right? Did it come out of a plant? Was it made in a plant? No. All right. Then those are two things you want to ask yourself. And automatically you're going to start to retreat. You're going to start to say, oh gosh, how many things in my household was made in a plant, right? How many things are not from a plant? Or maybe it's the vice versa. Maybe you already eat well, but maybe you need to tweak it a little bit. All right, y'all. So the best diets are those that come from plants, not out of a plant. Okay. So we're going to go into that. Now, this is what I am not saying is that you should not ever partake in sweets or something fun or whatever your thing is that you're like, okay, that's my go-to thing that I just like eating because it literally just brings me joy. Things that bring me joy are brownies with walnuts. That brings me joy. Now, I rarely eat brownies with walnuts because usually one or two is not going to satisfy. And I'm that person that I'm not a baker, y'all. I love to cook, but I'm not a baker. I don't make things from scratch. So portion control is whatever portion comes in a box. Okay. And so I make that box of brownies. And then what happens is that I have to eat all the brownies because I do not like to waste food. I will eat all the food before I waste the food. Okay. So for me, brownies is not something that I want to have in my house at all times. It's not something that I want to have as a temptation because all it does is call my name in the middle of the night, Aisha, 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 right? For no reason. And I'm like, no, we can't have that going on. So instead, if I do make them for a party or a celebration or whatnot, I'm very intentional when I make them. I'm very intentional on who is coming because whoever is coming has to be a brownie lover so that they can eat them as well. Okay, y'all? And so you have those things that you're like, this thing gives me life, right? Like bump the calories, bump the carbs, bump the sugars. It gives me life. And it can be small things, very rare and over time. But it also has to be things that you can control, right? So if you know that you're eating something that you can't eat just one thing of and you have to go ham on it, that is probably something best left at the grocery store, y'all. All right? Or just finding out ways to give your body what it's telling you it needs without relying on those foods that you normally would go to. So if your body's telling you you need some salt, instead of going to those salty chips, maybe you have some edamame, some roasted edamame. Maybe you have some lightly salted nuts. Maybe you have something more like that. So you still get that salt, you still get that savory goodness without all the extra stuff, without all the binging. So I know a lot of people that binge on edamame, right? How many times do you binge on a ton of nuts? Okay? Around 28 almonds are a regular serving size. Like, that's pretty good, y'all. That's pretty good. And they are good fat and they are filling. All right. So it's going to leave you satisfied. But just working around and weaving those things. So, general rule of thumb, what I would say 80 to 90% of your diet is well. It is things from plants. It is things that had life. It has things that once lived a good, maybe not so long life, right? And then the other 10% could be that one drink that you know feeds your soul, but does nothing for your body, right? Or just makes you happy. And there's no evil things that happen. It's not like, oh, your stomach is going to go into mayhem or something like that. That's what I don't want you to get confused about, is that 10% should not be something that makes you feel bleh, right? And at a point, we need to get to that place where we don't get to the point where we feel bleh. Because often that bleh feeling is from overconsumption of whatever we're eating. So if we say, okay, this 10% of my diet this week is going to be a slice of chocolate cake, let it be a normal slice of chocolate cake. What is a normal slice? Okay, if it's bigger than your hand, not so normal. I would say about half, right? Just a normal slice, a little happy slice. Like something you would give your 6-year-old. Maybe a tad more. But seriously, so make it something that, okay, I can have this one of, and there's only one of them. So if you say, I want to have my slice of cake every single week, and that be my only thing that I go away from, that I stray away, that is my one thing. This is what I want you to do. Do not buy a cake and make it. Do not buy a cake in the store. Do not buy a little cake, because little cakes still hold a lot of sugar, a lot of carbs, and these are things that's just going to go straight into that bloodstream. It's going to spike you up, right? I want you to get a slice of cake. All right. So in most grocery stores, they actually sell slices of cake to you. So if you say, I need that one slice, I want you to get that one slice, because when you're done, one, you have no choice, right? Unless you're going to go to the grocery store again, which you are making a conscious effort to sabotage yourself. And then 2, you don't have anything else around you. It's gone. It is done with. So oftentimes you'll find yourself eating it slower and being more mindful of what you're doing versus I can eat it real quick because, if I get hungry, I can go get another slice, y'all. So these are really my tips of the trade. These are tips I love to share with my clients on what the best diet is, because there really is no one diet that's going to fit every one of all of you. But there are certain things you can absolutely do that are absolute in making your health better And that's eating things that come from plants versus eating things that are made in plants. Okay, y'all? Like and subscribe if you like this video. I love talking with you all. So if you have any topics you want to talk about, please, please, please let me know. Remember, anything health from the top of that head to the sole of that feet, we are going to discuss. And I will see you guys next time.